Hello, I'm Speedy and today I want to show you my stealth build. Well, you can find quite a lot of stealth build already, but this is just my personal suggestion and I'm not saying I'm the best stealther in the game, I'm definitely not, but maybe you can see some inspiration in my build, so yeah, I will show you, so let's get to it then. Let's start from Mastermind into Enforcer and so on. So I will try to pinpoint you which skills I really think are quite required. Well, most of them I have is quite required, I believe. Some of them are just my personal preparation, and I'm also gonna explain why I don't have certain skills. So, as you can see in Mastermind, I take Aced Endurance, which increases your stamina by 100%, and on Aced version, it increases your stamina and for your crew by additional 50%. Not quite sure if this stacks with other crew members, but I don't think it does really so much matter. I think, why are you taking increased stamina for stealth? Well, the main reason, quite simple, is the if game gets to the certain point of well known to most of the players as ECM rush, because it's at the point where you are quite fucked up. Almost everyone the first option is like almost everyone on the map knows you're there, so you are trying to delay the alarm response as long as you can by putting ECM one by one. And you will sprint there a lot for that case. So increased amount of stamina is definitely helpful. That's for that. And actually, even and the second point what I want to talk about is that you actually, well, quite a lot stealth players sprints, because if you see space which is not covered and you just know you can get there, then why not sprint there? Going there, this game doesn't actually work with any sort of if you like sprinting or just crouching, because there's no any loud to your steps, so they cannot hear you moving. So it doesn't work that way in this game. So you can actually sprint quite a lot around the map, and probably not if you are starting with stealthing or you are new to the game and you don't know so much your way around. But after few plays of stealth games, you will quite know well how to handle yourself, and you will definitely start sprinting. So sprint definitely helpful, I must say. Also, what I take is Ace Cable Kai for quite simple reason. The first is, as you can see, you can tie hostages much faster, and that just can save you quite a lot. And the other option is that you get additional cable ties. As you can see, that can definitely help you in situation when you are out of body bags and there's a civilian who spots you, and you just know that you can tie him up and get to some safe spot without anyone noticing. And it can also happen to you more than 2 times, so it's really good to have additional cable ties. It's not necessary. Okay, you might work only with just a simple version of cable guy, but I would recommend putting the aced version. Then control freak, aced. Well, this is actually for most players actually quite obvious choice. I'm not really taking it for the basic version, which will increase the time of civilians being intimidated, but mostly because the inside help asset that can help you quite a lot. You can in certain maps you can put inside like cards for you to take, or unlocks any other like additional help in the game. I don't know right now, but it's definitely helpful and definitely recommend to take it. Then what I definitely recommend to get is a spotter. Again, as with the Control Freak, not really for the basic version that makes special enemies marked by you to take additional 15 more damage, but specifically more for the aced version, because that unlocks the spotter asset, and this asset, I must say, is very huge advantage for you stealthing. And it's, well, when this asset was added to the game, it was such a relief for much of like stealth players. But on the other hand, the stealth system was quite redone, because maybe older players will remember that the old system of stealthing worked quite differently, which I will explain shortly. So by getting the spotter asset, you are able now on certain maps by spotter or spy cams, which will pinpoint enemy's location on the map. So, not on the map, yeah, actually on the map, well, in the game, to be more precise. So you can see where the guards are, where they move around. The only other disadvantage of it, it doesn't pinpoint civilians, so yeah, care about that. And yeah, it like spot them on the certain places. Yeah, it will not like pinpoint them every single one everywhere. It will only pinpoint them on a place where the spotter can see them. Okay, and the last point, which I might say like it's not very too much required, but it's like, yeah, this is probably one of my personal preference is like basic dominator, which with which you can intimidate enemy guards to making them your hostages. Why did I put this point in? Well, if we were still playing on the old stealth system version, this skill was must have for stealth players, because with this skill you were able to get rid of 5 guards in a game. Yeah, you could like answer 4 pagers, and then you could intimidate 1 guard, and you got rid of him. Because in the old version, if you take hostages of a guard, you didn't have to answer the pager. There was also like some sort of things with the pages itself and the skills, but I will not talk about it because it's not really so important right now. But right now, after the revamp of the stealth system, if you take hostage of the guard, it will still turn his pager on. So it's no longer used in that way. So why did I pick it? Well, mostly because sometimes, especially I, brings to the mission silent shotgun, mostly judge. And as you might know, if you use shotgun on short distance, the enemy will fly away. And you can use that quite well for like hiding bodies to some places without using body bags. And you might say, hold on, but you don't have to use Dominator for that. You can just shoot them to the hell and it's fine. You're not 100% right, because you can like dominate him, answer the pager, and then like, I don't know, shoot him to the river or anything. Because it happened to me like once, maybe twice, that I shot a guard with a shotgun near the water and say, okay, I'm gonna shot him and to the water so I will get rid of his body. Yeah, after that I realized I still did not answer his pager because, yeah, I just killed him. and unfortunately you cannot answer the pager of a drowning body. Yeah. So if you intimidate him, there you answer his pager, and then you will shoot him in the water. And the other thing is, like, when you have intimidated, he's just sitting there, so you can like take your time, find the right angle, position yourself well, and shoot him to the space where you want it. Because if you are using it without God intimidated, then it's like really had to be fast to kill him without him like ruining your stealth approach. Okay, I think this is the basics of the mastermind. I would suggest you should make. You don't have to use the Dominator, I must say. You neither the able or the aced cable guy, but I think you should. Yeah, because yeah, as I said. Anyway, let's move to Enforcer, because Enforcer will be quite simple, as you can see. Only important thing I picked here is the Transporter, for a quite obvious reason. As you can see, you can move faster while carrying bags, and on aced version you can throw bags 50% further. And believe me, you want this. You really want this, because if you don't have it, you will move very, very slowly with bags. And that's the thing what you really don't want to do when you are stealthing. Because at first your concealment is a bit higher while you're carrying back, and the second you are slower. So, well, depends on what you are carrying. If you are carrying coke, you are just fine, because you can even sprint with that. If you are carrying money, you can walk normally, but you cannot sprint. If you are carrying gold, you are slower. And without transporter, you are much, much slower. To remind those who just use this skill quite basically and don't remember anymore how slow you can be like with the gold bag, then remember while playing Shadow Ray taking artifact. Yeah, it's quite similar to that. Slow as hell, and you don't want to be slow while stealthing. Really, believe me, this you really have to have. You really need to have. Yeah. Sorry. My English is not perfect, so let's move on. As you can see, I have no points in Technician. But you might say, hold on, why don't you take Silent Drill? Why, if you are playing stealth? And because Silent Drill could be helpful. And there are some points where you need to drill. And I would say you would be right, but not fully. It's not like you really need to have Silent Drill, but it can help you. The thing is, well, you would need quite a lot of points invested in it. Like you need at least 18 points to unlock this tier, and then 12 more points to get the Silent Drill. So it's 30 point out, and well, to be honest, find out here where to like get the points to it. Not as easy as it might look. But I'm not saying that don't take Silent Drill. It's like I don't think you need it. Like only there's like 2 missions where when you can actually quite well use them. Yeah, because actually speaking of the drills, sometimes it's better to on a stealth have loud drill, because well, the best example for this is if you are playing Firestarter and you are planning on stealthing day 3. Because then you will go on the roof and put the normal drill on the doors where are the circuits for the electricity on the vault. And if you put loud drill, it will lure guards. And that's actually what you want. So you will lure all the guards on the roof and then take them out one by one. Easy peasy. The only place where I think you can really use the silent rail, the missions, is like in the election day 2, if you are stealthing that one, and in Shadow Raid. There might be others, like probably an Ukrainian job you can do it with silent rail. Not necessary personally. And yeah, don't know anymore. Maybe nightclub. Yeah, there could be some, but that's mostly missions where you can like take care of the guards and then control the crowd and then drill. So you don't have to. You don't need the drill for that. And even in election day and the shadow raid, you really don't need a drill. You can unlock those doors with cards, and mostly you don't even have to unlock them. Yeah, because especially let's talk about the and yeah the main. Sorry, I'm messing a bit up. Especially why I don't recommend it is like in the it's like they don't hear the drill, but they are still walking around and they can spot it, and it takes like a minute to drill through those cages or whatever those doors are. And as you probably know, drill, it breaks a lot, especially on these doors. You will like sit there, keep repairing, not even checking if anyone's coming by. You will just pray that no one will come by as soon as possible. Because yeah, it's insane, and personally I really don't recommend it. I recommend putting the points somewhere else. And let's see where. Yeah, as you can see, majority of your points will be in Ghost. Ghost, as you can see, the Ghost is mostly about stealth. You see I have a Sprinter. As you can see, it will quite a lot increase your sprinting. Let's see, basic. The time before stamina regeneration starts is reduced by 25, then the regeneration rate of stamina is increased by 25. It's like, as you can see, it's not very necessary, but very good to have. You're not wasting so much time just standing around waiting for your stamina to regenerate. And then 8th version, especially that's why what's good for it is your sprint speed is increased by 25% and you have 25% better chance dodging enemy fire while sprinting. The second part, you're stealthing, so you just probably don't need that. But that sprint speed increased is very helpful. As I explained earlier, after you get known to stealthing in this game, you will sprint a lot. So, what next? Yeah, the other thing I should probably explain. If you are not Infamy 5, you might have a struggle of getting some things on the level I have. Yeah, I'm gonna explain. After all, I will say which. Well, actually, quite clear. Let's say fuck it, sorry. Let's continue then. Where was I? Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, let's backtrack to the infamy. Because if you have infamy, put it like I have full 5 infamy, which is so far the maximum. I hope they're planning to add few more. You will get reduced requirements for the tiers on the skill tree. As you can see, I just need 5 to unlock second tier, 9 to unlock third tier, 18 to unlock fourth tier, 27 to fifth, and 36 to sixth. And if you not have it on infamy, I believe it's I think it's 6, 10, 20, 30, 40. Yeah. The thing is with the ghost, I don't think it's like so needed. It's why it's quite helpful is on the lower tiers, because you really sometimes you really want to get the things from the higher tiers, but you don't want to spend so much points in these first third tiers. But it shouldn't be a really problem for you stealthing, because I'm gonna explain which skills I just picked for, well, just for my liking. It's not, and like sorry, I'm messing this up. Anyway, let's continue. So, what I picked next is fast dance. Definitely required. You can pack and interact loot 25% faster, and haste will give you 50 more percent to it. So 75% faster interaction with bagging items. And believe me, without it, it's very slow to bag item. So definitely recommend taking this. You really just, if you are begging loot, you really need to be fast and move around, because yeah, you are risking quite a lot. Then I have only basic shinobi. As you can see, your walk speed is increased by 25% and crouch speed is increased by 10%. Uh, Definitely take that one. It will you when I had first this skill and then I made my first infamy, I didn't, and then I did not have it. I say, oh shit, I'm slow as hell. What the fuck just happened? Yeah, and then I realized, oh, I did not have Shinobi. You may also ask, why don't I have Aced version? Because Aced version is quite handy. Enemies makes 95% less noise when you shot or melee to death. The point is, the same skill is implemented in another three, and I really don't need it twice, do I? So I have only basic version. What I took Ace is a cleaner. You deal 5 more damage to against special enemies, and not really quite for stealth. But you can buy a body bag asset which contains 3 body bags that can be shared with your crew. That's quite handy, cause it might happen quite a lot of time that you will just kill a bunch of civilians, need to get rid of them, and also like guards and everything. So it's quite handy to have some place where you can refill your body bags for. If you have no skills put in the body bags thingy, then you have like only one body bag, and yeah, that's not enough. That's really not enough. The aced version of it, and that's actually why you should have it, is that will add you one additional body bag to your inventory. So now you have 2, and you can buy assets, so you can get 5. And let's put it this way, you can answer 4 pages before things go bad. So you can like get rid of 4 guards, but you have to well, hide them. And it might happen that only way to hide them is like pack them to body bag and throw them like to, I don't know, container on anywhere or someplace hidden. And you have only 2. So here you go. Go to your body bag asset and pick more body bags. So what I have, and move on. Then what I have is chameleon. In casing mode, you can mark guards, cameras, and your concealment is increased by 25%. Mostly I take it because of that concealment, and marking guards and cameras is, well, it's just a plus to it, and it's very handy. The casing mode, for those who don't know, it's the time where your mask is not yet on. Yeah, because some mission starts with you just walking around without your mask, and you must first put it on yourself, and then you can start heisting. If you have no skills, you can just only walk around and maybe just talk to someone if you are on some sort of voice chat with friends or anything. But with this skill, you can pinpoint those guards. You can like show them on to others where they are, where they're standing. You can also pinpoint the cameras. That's actually also quite handy because it can help. Like you see that guy is like sneaking behind the car, wanna kill him, but you see that if he's gonna kill him, that camera will see him. So you pinpoint the camera, and he realized that he shouldn't do that. Oh, someone's inviting me. Oh, maybe later. Anyway, so that's why would I take it? The aced version I don't find quite required because yeah, it's mostly if things go loud, so you are 50% less likely to be targeted when you are close to your crew members. It's also included in perk decks, so yeah, I don't think it's very needed. So yeah, and also as you might see, I skipped Cat Burglar. Mostly because I took this one to unlock my 4th tier. I took the basic one, which did not give me enough point. And then I decided I'm gonna take the ace one, because actually this skill is very underrated. You take 75% less damage from falling from non-fatal height. Yeah, it can be really helpful. And aced version, your fall damage is reduced so that you only take armor damage from falling non-fatal height. Your custody time is reduced by 50%. The custody time is only viable if you're playing normal and hard missions, so yeah, fuck that. Anyway, why do I have it aced? Well, because it can actually make your approach faster. Say, okay, I could climb through this ladder, and you will like try figure out how to climb it down without taking any damage falling down. With this ace, you just simply go and drop there. Oh, it will damage my armor, which refills in just a few seconds. So, yeah, who cares? Yeah. If you don't want an ace version or don't have enough points to ace version, take at least the basic, cause it's really helpful. Yeah, it's like the damage you take from falling from heights, it's insane. So yeah, take it, definitely take it. So next, actually only these 3 skills aced are the must-have for the stealth players. Because let's see, ECM specialist, you can place 2 ECM jammers instead of 1. Sure, why not? Who don't want that? And then the ECM jammer duration is increased by 25%, and the ECM feedback duration lasts 25% longer. I'm not sure. Oh no. The feedback, it doesn't really matter. We don't care about the feedback here. The eSIM jammer delays the pager response time as long as the jammer is active. That's the most important thing. Why are we actually taking also with the increased time of the ECM? With this, you can, yeah, that's mostly for the purposes of ECM rush. Things go wrong, you have no pages left, so you put down ECM, and by chaining your ECM which or other members which also quite need to have this ace, you can like finish the mission if you are close to getting it finished. And the pager will not pop up until the ECM jammers ends. And thanks to Hog's Hut, which I definitely recommend for players, which will quite adds a few useful things to your UI. You can time it quite well when to put a second ECM. Also take ECM override ace. First basic version of it is increased duration for another 25%. So now you have 2 ECM jammers, and each last long for 30 seconds. So you have 1 minute of ECM jammer time. So that's very helpful. And also definitely recommend lockpicking expert. Increase your lockpicking interaction speed by 25%. This can also be increased with the burglar sorry, burglar perk deck, so you can get quite a fast unlocking time. And the Ace version, you can silently crack saves by hand. So the basic saves in a game, you can unlock them, and it also further increases your lockpick interaction speed by 25%. So your lockpicking speed is increased by 50%. That's very handy. From my personal experience, it's definitely really good. Because let's put it to the numbers. Without any skill at all, even without the burglar per deck, you will unlock doors in 20 seconds. With this skill and with burglar per deck, you will unlock it in like in 7 seconds. That's just a huge time reduction. Anyway, and also the Ace version, as I said before, you can silently correct saves by hand. That's quite handy in missions. Well, quite a lot of missions these days. Mostly not the Death Wish one, because on Death Wish there is like I don't even know if there is a chance to like getting normal saves. Because if you are playing on Overkill or Death Wish, there is a chance you get a Titan saves which cannot be blown out by C4 or correct by hand. You have to drill them. But the basic saves you can open up by hand, and actually on some missions there are like basic save always without actual. Sorry, my tongue is just moving around and doing shit. Oh, yeah, sorry. It's inappropriate. What I wanted to say, on some maps, even on that wish, there are some basic saves which can contain quite useful stuff, so really take it. Examples are Big Bang, the new map Deep Bomb Dockyard, what else I believe is like where's the basic save always. Really nothing right now comes to my mind, but there are more missions which can really benefit from this skill. Now, and the last required thing I would say is camera loop. I would say you need to after a few new maps added, this was really optional skill and not very required. The thing is, in most of the maps you can get rid of like a guy in the camera room, and then the cams are, you don't need to bother with the cams anymore. But there are some maps that which doesn't have like the camera room with camera guy. The cameras are just controlled from some other place, so you just have to work with the cameras anyway. But that's and they added quite a lot of these maps these days, and sometimes you just really say you don't really want to bother with a camera guy. You can get through this because you have basic camera loop. What it does is you can interact with the camera and loop it for 10 seconds, and you can just sneak by it. That camera will not detect you. That can help you in certain situations, especially in like the diamond style, where there is quite a lot of time there is camera just watching on the doors which you need to open to get to the diamond, and there is like no other way than like using ECM or looping the camera. So that's quite handy. So I would recommend at least basic. The 8th version not needed, but it's for your comfort, why not? And then as you can see, I have professional and silent killer. Well, what I want to say about these skills, these are just clearly optional. I just put them because I have 8 points remaining, and I say this is like for the situation when we are like stealthed it, but then we fuck it up at the end. But we believe like we can get it through, so we can so I have something to at least be able to shoot. Yeah, you really don't need those. You can do without them and put the points anywhere else you want. Yeah, you might also like see, hold on, what is this? This is ECM feedback. This skill is, yeah, this skills makes the ECM usable in the allowed way, I would say, because you can interact with ESM and it will like turn into some sort of like stunning stunning thing which will keep stunning enemies. Not really much use it. I don't see that much time because it can be interesting and can be helpful, but yeah, not many people bother with that. It's the thing that you just need to get through all these three up there to get it, and that's too many points wasted for mostly like stealthy thing and nothing like offensive or allowed missions. I neither take like moving target because yeah, you won't be sprinting in this in like while strafing or backwards. You will mostly just be turning with your camera because you really want to see where you are going. Okay, and the last three, fugitive. To be honest, you might not need as many points as I put it in. The other thing is, why I put the points here is mainly because for the Undertaker skill. This will allow you to take with you, instead of ECMs, you can take with yourself body bag cases. Yeah, so you can like, it's like the assets you can buy and drop somewhere on the map, but you can take it with you and put it somewhere as you want. It's like quite similar work as with like the medkits and anything. Yeah, you can just, if you, I don't have body bags, so I will just drop it here and grab the body bags from it, and it's fine. Yeah. Why do I take it? Well, because sometimes on the mission, well, especially if you play with more players, see, okay, these guys have ECMs, so, and we don't need so many ECMs. Well, we could like ECM rush, but we will not. We want to do it properly. So I'm gonna take body bags, so that it can be useful. Yeah, that's really, really handy thing, especially, and actually there are some missions where you will mostly find ECMs totally useless. And say I would actually quite need more body bags because I think I will need to get rid of quite a lot of civilian. One of the biggest examples is Big Bang, because the first part of the bank you are moving quite a lot around and you are highly exposed there, and there's pretty high chance that some civilian will spot you, so you will need to get rid of him. And actually there are quite a lot of civilians, so you will need to get rid of quite a lot of them. Also you need to get rid of the guards because they can spot the open doors if you get through that part and everything. Yeah, so I would really recommend to work out the skills, work it up for the skill. Yeah. But let's explain for the other skills also. Aced Hidden Blade, increased melee weapon concealment, very handy. You can like then take some less concealed weapons, modded for concealment but less concealed because you just added 2 concealment by this skill for your melee weapon. Aced version, that's actually what I was talking about. Why don't I have Aced Shinobi? Is that you get 95% chance do the less noise, that enemy make less noise when shot or melee to death. It's really annoying where is that those 5% which will proc, but I don't want to talk about that. Why I take it is because I need the skill points to work out for the 4th tier. So I want to take this skill here rather than ghost, where I could put my skills in something else which I might need. Let's move on. Basic Daredevil, increase your climbing speed on the ladders. Can not necessary but handy for missions like Shadow Ray Election Day. Well, almost any mission with ladders. So yeah, why not? Sixth Sense. This skill is by some stealth players like they say it's not as good as it looks. I agree, but I still think it is a very viable option. Because when you stand still for 3.5 seconds in stealth, you start highlighting people around you within 10-meter radius. Uh, One thing I want to say 10-meter radius, you might think, oh, that's quite a lot. It's not. It's not as much as you would think, but it can definitely help you if you're in some tight spot and you just hit somewhere from the guard and you just want, oh, is he away? Is he not? Is he still standing in front of me somewhere behind the doors? Yeah, this can help you locate that guy and see if he's moving away, so you can pass by safely. In the Ace version, you can pick up items while in casing mode. Yeah, I agree on this. This looks impressive, but is not as useful as you might see. Cause like there's so far only 2 missions where you can put this to good use. Because actually the only thing you can pick up while casing modes is keycard. I don't think there's any other mission with any other object which you can pick up. You cannot pick up packages because that takes time. You can like only pick up items which you don't have to hold the F to pick it up, like you just instantly pick it. And that's just only keycard and it's like usable only in 2 missions, which is Big Bang, where is actually quite good to have really, because mostly the keycards are on some location filled with civilians, so it's really good to pick the card before starting the heist. And the other thing is the traditional bank heist, but there might be the chance that the card is with the manager. If it's not, well, here you go. Here you have the skill and you can grab it without any problem. The other things, you really don't need it. Because if you are taking the ECMs, you can unlock the camera room with your ECM. Yeah, that's actually one thing I forget to mention in the Ghost build. If you have the Ace version, you can open certain doors. That means the doors which can be opened by keycards. Yeah. It also, I believe, can open the train door. Yeah, just by keycard, and ECM can open also ATM machines, but I know that can be opened without any skills required, I believe. So, what next? Run and gun. The basic things definitely useful. You gain the 10% additional movement speed, very handy. Your movement speed is unhindered while using steel sight. That's just my personal pickup. Like I'm sometimes like steel sighting and aiming on the enemies to pinpointing them, and mostly it's just a filler so I can get to the higher tier also. Yeah. Then I have Winston Wolf. You can now carry additional bag. Just wanna say something about you can carry additional bag. It doesn't mean you get additional bag. You still, like, if you have this scale and the cleaner scale, you still start with 2 bags. But you can grab additional one from the body bag, so you can carry 3 with you right now. That's what this skill is about. But I take it mostly because of the Ace version, because during stealth you know how to kill without leaving a trace, reducing your cleaning cost by 75%. What is cleaning cost? That's the cost if you kill civilian. Because if you still kill civilian in this game, it will cost you money. Because you are not a murderer, you are just a bank robber. And well, you're a thief practically, because sometimes you're not robbing only banks. and this will reduce you the cost. It's not like it really matters, yeah, because you will have plenty of money in no time. But it's I think it's handy to pay less money, and sometimes you just really don't want to like, oh, I don't want to kill him, I just want to cable time. And actually, if you play this time, I like good to you. I really like that style, like really trying to play nice and not killing any civilians. But that also means you will probably restart a lot. You will restart so many times until you say screw it, I'm just gonna kill that civilian and bag him. And this is where it comes handy, because this will reduce your cost and you will say, okay, it doesn't cost so much, I'm just gonna kill him. Yeah, it doesn't sound right, but I think you get the point. So that's the explanation of the skill. As I said, this setups, I believe you should, well, don't have it exactly as I do. You can have it quite similar. The only things I would say you really don't need is the professional and the silent killer. I just put it there because I had 8 points and I don't want to like think too much about where to put them. So, like, yeah, Joker. You don't need stealth in Joker for stealth. It would actually ruin your stealth. Because if you convert it like God, you just intimidated. He will just run there and start shooting. Or maybe not, I don't know, I didn't use it and I'm not really planning on using it because, yeah, for this reason. I'm not quite confident it would help anything. Okay, so much for that, and hopefully I will show what will come next is that I will try to show you some of the maps and how to start them properly. So much for this stealth build guide, and I will join you as soon as I start playing some stealth missions.